summer of 22, we traveled from Little Rock up to the Minnesota-Canadian border. We stopped in Minneapolis, Duluth. We stopped in so many state parks there along the shore. We stopped in Grand Marais. We had time to relax, and some of us may have taken a nap or two. In Lutsen, we took our first gondola ride up a mountain, and we enjoyed the sleds. But our goal for this trip was to make it to Royale National Park on the west side of Lake Superior. This is an island that's closer to Grand Portage, Minnesota than it is to the rest of Michigan.
You're at Hat Point in Grand Portage, Minnesota. Supposed to have stormed all night and all during the day today.
We were so excited to take the Voyager 2 for 2.5 hours out to Royale National Park. There she is. The water was calm. We were excited. So when we landed, first thing we had to do, get that Christmas card shot. There it is. We unloaded our things at camp and we were off on our first hike. Our first hike was to Feldman Lake. It was supposedly just 1.8 miles away, and maybe we were a little ambitious, maybe we still had our sea legs on us, but we got tired in a hurry. Our day at Royale, we got off the boat, we found our cabin, and our first good-sized hike. Scenic overlook on the way to Feldman Lake. It's about 1.8 miles away, I believe. That's a lie, it's further than that. I watch a lot of YouTube videos before we go on our trips, and I had learned that Washington Creek was the place to see a moose. And I know this is horrible footage, but there was our first moose we ever saw. She had just jumped out of the creek and she was walking back through the woods. On the way back from seeing the moose, we experienced this little guy walking up the road. It's kind of fun just to see how nature interacts with people on this island. It's such a contained space, and they're comfortable and yet timid at the same time. Such a neat experience. Hey, buddy. Wow. We spent the night at the Wendigo Cabins, which you can see through rockharborlodge.com. We highly recommend them. We got a good night of sleep, and then the second day we woke up bright and early so that we could go back to the creek and look for more moose. That afternoon we had to leave. We waited for the Voyager 2 and then we loaded up. Unfortunately, the way back was significantly more difficult than the way there. There wasn't a storm, but they said there were swells 10 to 15 feet high.